an earbud, or you can listen to the call. We will be on 88.3, myself and Luke. We are shooting this tonight for television, so sometimes it'll look a little slow, but as you watch it on television, we'll get it all edited together. It'll look great, and you'll be like, oh, that didn't happen in that order. But we're going to get the fighters in here this evening so we can get the show started. We'll start here in just about 30 seconds as soon as I get the fighters in the ring. Also, be nice to the Hooters girls tonight. Everybody's always nice to the Hooters girls.
Yeah. In the name of Jesus.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, a bantamweight bout between Hans Schenk and Julian Brown. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Of course, a bantamweight bout, 135 pounds each. Not a lot of difference in height. Good teams they come from. Team Animal, Piedmont MMA, both well-respected teams in the area. For formal introductions, let's go to cage announcer Kevin Schaefer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with the first fight of this evening's event here at Cagezilla in Ashburn, Virginia. Fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 foot 9 inches tall, weighing in 135 pounds. From Team Animal, it's Hans the Gorilla Schenk. And fighting out of the red corner, also weighing in 135 pounds, standing 5 foot 8 inches tall. From Piedmont MMA, it's Julian Brown.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. First fight of this evening's event at Cagezilla in Ashburn, Virginia. This looks like Hans Schenk out of the red corner, Julian Brown out of the blue corner. Both these guys aggressive right off the start.
I didn't even get a chance to see if Julian Brown stands orthodox or left-handed.
Yeah, it jumped right on him, didn't it?
Before Schenk was all over him. Great takedown. You know what? Look, at this level of the game, aggression matters. Not reckless aggression, but just being proactive on offense. Great job by Hans Schenk to go ahead and establish his kind of game at the outset of the first round.
I'm going to tell you, being in the ring with both of these guys, Hans Schenk didn't look like he weighed 135 pounds, standing 5 foot 9 inches tall. He looked a lot bigger. He looked a lot bigger.
People are always like, oh, how big is this guy? And I'll say, oh, 170 pounds. They look like colossus.
Right.
Because they have no fat. They're like totally muscular, sinewy in bones. That's it.
It was hard to believe that these guys were both in the same weight class because Schenk just looked so much bigger. He was like a monster. And then I saw Julian walk in and I said, am I in the right weight class?
Yeah, Julian tried to get an escape there, pushing off the hips, but escape is usually 1, 2, 3 movements chained together. He only got about halfway through before Schenk was right back on top of him.
Now, I'm sure that you said this in the tail of the tape, but the reach is a little bit different, and one guy's been training for 4, one guy training for 2. But I mean, this is actually an equal fight so far. What I've seen is they sit here in the middle of the domino slogan.
So here you see a Marcelo Garcia kind of style of guillotine. It's arm in on the same side.
And it's over.
Yeah, this is how Pat Curran finished guys in Bellator. They just scoot out to the same side. Instead of having an arm in on one and the head on the other,
right,
they bring the arm and the head on the same side. So it winds up being a super tight choke.
Unbelievable fight from both of these guys. Let's see if we can catch this on the replay and see exactly what you were talking about.
It's actually like a newer evolution in MMA. You didn't see it a couple years ago. Now you're seeing it relatively frequently.
Right. As we were looking at it, he saw him right in the middle of the ring, too. He, moved him off the cage. Look at this. He's going to move him to the middle.
So you saw him trying to push off from the hips. Look and see how the arm is on the same side of the neck.
Didn't even notice.
It's a quote-unquote arm-in guillotine, but not like we're accustomed to seeing. He rolls to his own right side to really sort of lean his body on top of it. Great, great finish by Shank.
Absolutely fantastic. Right after this, coming up, the next fight here at Cagezilla in Ashburn, Virginia.
Now. And welcome back to Cagezilla. Let's go to Kevin Schaefer for our official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for both these fighters. Great start to this evening's event. Ladies and gentlemen, winner, 1 minute and 28 seconds into round number 1. By a guillotine out of the red corner, Hans Shank.
Yeah, fantastic performance here from Hans Shank. Again, you see this guillotine only kind of recently. Before, guys would jump over the arm and guillotine in the middle of a scramble if they couldn't clear the far side arm. Now what they're doing is they're kind of stepping around it and then using that to close the valve on that, in this case, the right side of the neck of Julian Brown. You see here, the arm next to the neck and then twist to his right hip as much as he can. Brown, nowhere to go. Fantastic job. We'll have more Cagezilla action when we come back.